Hello students, today we will discuss the applications of Gauss law. Let's start the topic. Okay. Before moving on to the applications of Gauss law, let's recall what is Gauss law. Already we have derived and we have given the equation integral E bar dot ds bar is equals to q by epsilon naught, and where integral E bar dot ds bar is equals to phi. This one we already know. This one symbolic form of Gauss law, where E bar is electric field, ds is the surface area, their scalar product. We need to do integral symbol. This circle indicates that ds is a closed surface. Okay, the ds or the whole area that we are considering is a closed surface. That's it. That is equals to q by epsilon naught, where q is in by epsilon naught. Q in means q in represents charge enclosed in a closed surface, or any enclosed surface is equals to qn by epsilon naught. And that means if you take any circle, the charges which are there inside q1, q2, q3, q4 like that, and outside any charge let it be there. Okay, only these q1, q2, q3, q4 are the charges which are there inside. Only we can keep in this particular equation for finding the electric flux. Okay, you cannot take these charges, capital Q1, capital Q2, capital Q3, all these values we cannot take. If we take here, it will become 0 only, because the outside points will make angle 90 degrees. Okay, the outside points will make the angle integral E bar dot ds bar, if you see, it will make 90 degrees, and the product will become 90 means cos theta will become 0 there. That is the reason we don't consider this one. Okay, the outside points are of no use. Understood? E bar dot ds will become 0 for outside points, and inside points it will not be like that. That is the reason we have to consider these inside points. That's it. This is about Gauss law. Now let's discuss applications of the Gauss law. Let's take a cubical surface, or a cubical box, I mean. Okay, let's consider like this, and here inside we are considering a Gaussian surface, which is, you can consider this in this area we have removed the mass. Okay, in a shape of an egg. Okay, we have removed some mass here, and here if you keep this one in electric field, if you keep this one in electric field, this conductor in electric field, what will happen? Actually this one is not charged presently without electric field, I mean. Without electric field, this, if you consider electric field is 0, this is an uncharged conductor. But now whenever you pass on electric field onto this one will become like a charged conductor. That doesn't mean here it is a charged one. Okay, inside we are going to observe the field. Inside we are going to observe the field. How? Let's see. See, actually as the electron, the electric field is in this manner. Whatever the free electrons distributed randomly in this one will be moved to one particular place. Means all electrons will be accumulated at this edge, means this side, and all positive charges will get accumulated. This side will become positive side, and this side will become negative side. As this side became negative side, okay, here this side, the side of this one will become positive, and immediately this side will become negative in this manner. Inside I am talking about. As it forms like this, the electric field lines will be passing like this inside also. However, these lines are flowing in this manner directly like that also inside also electric field will be going in this manner. Inside also there is an existence of electric field here, and here electric field is existing due to because of distribution of charge, not because of charge we have given some charge to this. Okay, outside electric field is flowing into this one, and the charge distribution taken place. Due to the charge distribution there is an existence of electric field inside here. Okay, inside this surface we have considered a Gaussian surface here. In that Gaussian surface you are able to observe the electric field E bar as same as outside. Okay, as same as outside you are going to observe inside also. Outside also it will come as E bar only. That's it. This is nothing but a behavior of charged conductor. But if you consider here another Gaussian surface like this, okay, another Gaussian surface, yes, that one is completely neutral and no electric field you are going to observe inside the conductor. Inside the conductor you are not going to observe the electric field. But you may have doubt, this is also inside only. Yes, it is inside only, but the absence of mass here taken place. That's why there is a space in between them. That's why this one will behave like outside. This removed part will behave like outside. That's why the electric field will continuously passes inside of the conductor. Inside of the conductor means the whole conductor is like this. Inside there is small hole like a gap. I mean we can say this one. Okay, simply a gap. Okay, in that gap, or else that's it. In this we are going to observe electric field in this manner, right? This is nothing but the behavior of a charged conductor. And if you consider a spherical iron ball, inside we make a cavity. Inside cavity means the same. Here how we have kept a gap, in the same manner here also we are keeping the gap by removing some of the mass inside. Okay, this is like a spherical shell. Okay, spherical concentric spherical shell with some more thickness, and inside the core part is removed out. Okay, in that core part if you keep a point charge Q, if you keep a point charge Q, positive charge, then this one will exhibit electric field radially outside. This one will exhibit electric field radially outside. Due to this, electric field will come out in this manner. Radially electric field will come outside. Okay, here this surface if you observe S1, this surface I am considering as S1, and here another surface I am considering, this is S2. This S1 will have electric field E bar. S1 will exhibit electric field E bar, but S2 electric field E bar is equals to 0. Okay, S2 will have electric field E bar 0 because this is inside the conductor. This is inside the conductor where mass of the conductor is present. That is the reason here you are not going to observe any electric field, but here you are going to observe the electric field because the absence of mass is there here. Here there is no mass. Mass is absent inside. That's why this gap will be filled up by electric field. As this is a positive charge, it is going in this manner. This positive charge tries to attract the free electrons towards it. That is the reason all negative electrons, or else you can say negative charge, will be accumulated on the inner surface or the inner walls of the cavity. And due to these electrons which are there inside, the same amount of charge will be distributed positively. It means positive charge is going to be distributed on the surface of the shell. The same amount of, for example, here minus Q charge is there, means in this on the shell, on the cavity. On the cavity we are able to observe minus Q charge, inside plus Q, then again outside it will be plus Q. Total charge on the shell should be is equals to 0. Here the charged one is not the shell, charged one is this point charge. having plus q charge. Okay, what is the shell doing? The shell is just advancing. The shell is just advancing the electric field to spread in long area. That's it. That is the thing it is doing. It means here the absence of electric field you are able to observe. Okay, here this one immediately from here to here it is skipping. This area got skipped by the electric field. In that skipping region, what is there? Conductor. Simply in that skipping region, what is there? A conductor. That's it. In this way, the electric field will behave inside the conductor. I hope you understand. Right. This is all about charged conductor. And now we will move on to the next one. Okay, now let's discuss another one, that is electric field due to a uniformly charged sphere. We are going to consider a sphere which is charged. Okay, uniformly we have to consider a sphere. Sphere means it means it is not a shell, it is a complete sphere, solid sphere. Complete solid sphere we can consider, that is charged with some plus q. Let's consider positive charge plus capital Q, and we have to find for any point which is outside or inside. First case I am considering as outside point. Let's take a sphere like this, whose center is here and whose radius is in this manner. This sphere is charged uniformly, positive charge we are giving. Uniformly this one is charged, right? And now the point P is outside of the shell at a distance of small r. Let's consider at a distance of small r from the center of the sphere. Okay, now according to the Gauss law, flux phi is equals to integral E bar dot ds bar is equals to q inside by epsilon naught, right? Fine. And now the point P is here. Electric field is going in this manner. Always from a sphere electric field will comes out radially, right? Already we have discussed as if like sunrise are coming out from the sun radially. In the same manner here also it will be the same. Here let me consider a Gaussian surface. Outside the point P I am considering a Gaussian surface which is also a spherical in nature, which are spherical shape. Fine. Okay, and as this is radially going outside to this surface, it will make the angle 90 degrees. It will make the angle 90 degrees. It means electric field is making the angle to the perpendicular of this area is 0 degrees. That means to this perpendicular what we call this one, this Gaussian surface will have perpendicular like this. Okay, and with that perpendicular electric field is making an angle 0 degrees. This is electric field E bar and this is perpendicular N bar. Okay, normal. Then the angle, if you consider here, the angle between them is exactly 0. As it is 0, integral E bar dot ds bar will become simply integral E ds is equals to q inside by epsilon naught. Q inside means the charge which is enclosed in the sphere, not outside the sphere. Outside whatever the charge it may be, we don't consider that. We just need to consider whatever there is charge inside. Means we know already this one having the charge plus q inside. It means total charge q is there on the spherical iron ball, okay, or else sphere. Simply this charge q is, it means in the place of q in, we have to keep capital Q by epsilon naught, and in the place of integral E bar ds, see this E is a constant value, that's why we can bring out from the integration symbol, and integral ds we will consider here, that is equals to q in. Q in just now we discussed, q in is equals to capital Q which is there on the charge, capital Q by epsilon naught, that is E into integral ds. Fine. Okay, how we have to consider ds? Here if you consider a small area, that is ds. Okay, integral ds represents sum of all those small areas, means point P, wherever the point P is lying, that total spherical sphere's area we have to consider. Simply that means, right, it means like this infinite number of points will be lying on the Gaussian surface that we have chosen, right? In that integral ds it will become total area of the sphere. Total area of the sphere is 4 pi r square. Which r we have to consider? That too small r we have to consider. Why? Because we are taking the surface area of the Gaussian surface that we have selected, we assumed, not the surface area of this one. Okay, we are taking the point at this location, that's why this r we need to consider 4 pi small r square, that is equals to q by epsilon naught, and we want E value. E is equals to q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Right, we got in this manner. If you observe this one carefully, that is nothing but an answer for a small point charge. Okay, at a point P, at some distance r, from a distance at a small distance small r, from point charge to the point P, whatever the answer comes, the same answer came for a total sphere also. Yes, it means for a point which is outside the solid sphere, the electric field will be is equals to the point. It means simply how a point behaves for a point P, the same manner the whole sphere also behaves, means electric field will be same for both. It just depends on q value. This q value changes, E value changes, that's it. This is about outside point. Now we will see how the behavior and electric field about inside point. Inside point P. Okay, let's consider a spherical ball, solid spherical ball, whose radius is capital R, and I am considering a point P inside at a distance of small r from the center, and I am assuming a Gaussian surface. I am assuming here a Gaussian surface which is also spherical in shape and also concentric with the center. It means the center of Gaussian surface as well as the sphere is same, but radius is different, that's it. Okay, this is point P, and now let's consider the charge distributed on the on this one is Q. Okay, total charge on the spherical ball is capital Q, and now we need to find out the electric field at this point P. Okay, fine. Let's consider general Gaussian formula. Phi is equals to integral E bar dot ds bar, which is equals to Q inside by epsilon naught. Q inside by epsilon naught. All right. Fine. Now from this equation, whatever the flux lines which are going out from this surface, that one we need to consider. It means here if you consider a small area, again electric field and the normal of the surface are making the angle 0 degrees with each other. That's why we will consider here integral E ds only directly. Cos 90, no 90 not, cos 0 is 1. That's why E ds cos 0, that is E ds only, is equals to Q inside by epsilon naught. Fine. What is Q inside? We need to find out. Q inside means the charge on the spherical ball which is of radius small r. Which is of radius small r. We have to consider. Okay, here Q inside I am considering. But one thing we need to remember, Q inside is not is equals to capital Q. In before case, outside case, Q inside is equals to capital Q. But in this case, Q inside is not equal to capital Q. But their distribution is same. Means the charge density is same in both the cases. It means, for example, let's consider the charge density or the distribution. Charge distribution of capital Q along the total volume of the sphere. Means total is equals to Q inside, means charge on the Gaussian surface. Okay, means we are considering at this particular level, at this particular radius r ball which is inside, that one we need to find. Q in by V. Okay, here V of capital R radius, V of small r radius, we will consider like this. Now capital Q by what is V r? Total volume 4 by 3 pi capital R cube is equals to Q by 4 by 3 pi small r cube. Okay, like this it came. This one and this one will get cancel each other. And now this r cube we have to keep here. Okay, we want the value of Q inside, no? That's why capital Q into small r cube by capital R cube is equals to Q in we got. Let's substitute this equation in this one. Then what we will get? Phi is equals to Q. Right, this one. Integral EDS is equals to Q R cube by capital R cube epsilon naught. Fine. And integral EDS is there where E is constant, already we know. E is not changing, electric field is a constant thing here. Integral ds is what? Same like before case. Okay, here also we need to consider the surface area of the Gaussian surface. What will be the surface area of Gaussian surface? 4 pi small r square. Q small r cube divided by capital R cube epsilon naught. That is r square and that one will get cancelled and we will get phi is equals to or no need to take phi. Okay, right. E we want the value of E simply. E is equals to Q R by 4 pi epsilon naught capital R cube. That's it. E is equals to Q R by 4 pi epsilon naught capital R cube. That is what we have just now found for inside point. Okay, if the point is inside Q R by 4 pi epsilon naught R cube we will get. If the point is on the shell like this, then simply we need to do what? In the place of smaller we need to keep capital R. Capital R and one of the R will get cancel each other, and what will be remaining? Q by 4 pi epsilon naught capital R square, which is equals to again normal single points point of view simply. Okay, on the surface, let's do on the surface. Next case, on surface, which will be is equals to, just take this one only. On surface small r is equals to capital R. Then E is equals to Q R by 4 pi epsilon naught R cube. R and R will get cancelled. Okay, here square will be there. E is equals to Q R by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. Q by 4 pi epsilon naught capital R square. This is on the surface. Okay, and this is inside point. Electric field inside a point P which is located inside of the spherical shell. That's it. This is all about this one. For example, if you have selected the point P exactly at the center of the sphere, obviously R value is 0. If R value is 0, If R is equals to 0, then electric field E is equals to 0 simply. Why? Because R is 0 here. You substitute here R value 0, that's it. Kadam. That's it, no? Fine. If you cross away from the surface to somewhere any point, then instead of capital R, we will consider that whatever the distance that you are going from the center of the sphere, that's it. That is the first case, outside point. Means outside, on the surface, inside. Inside again the center. It means at the center of the sphere, the electric field E is equals to 0 we got here by mathematically. In general also, if you observe carefully here, the electric field lines are going away from the center in all directions equally, right? If equal force is acting on all directions on a particular body, what will happen? The body will be in equilibrium. Okay, the net force acting on the body will be is equals to 0. In the same manner, the electric field, means the net electric field acting at the center is equals to 0, no? That is the reason. That's it. This is all about electric field due to uniformly charged sphere. Right. Next topic we will discuss is electric field due to linear charge distribution. What is meant by linear charge distribution? We know what is point charge, right? Point charge means a spherical charge with that we will consider, and that will emit electric field in all directions equally, so that the wavefronts of those electric field will be appearing in the form of a sphere. Okay, it means spherical wavefronts we are going to observe because of the point charge, simply because of the point charge. Here wavefront I am saying because see, electric field is coming out in the form of lines. Let's consider lines of force, and if you consider any surface there, any spherical surface around that one will behave like a wavefront. About wavefronts you will learn again in wave optics topic. Okay, in the same manner here also it will behave. Okay, that's it. That is nothing but a point charge distribution. If you consider those all points on one single line, they will emit electric field in a planar manner, not planar manner. In all directions it will send, but it will send like this. Now you see carefully, if you observe you will understand easily. See now here I am taking a rod which is charged uniformly, and in 2 dimension if you see, the electric field will be both sides like this. In 3 dimension everywhere it is going. It means this one proceeding out in the form of a cylindrical surface, and here I am taking a cylindrical Gaussian surface like this. Okay, at a point P. Here I am considering a point P which is located at a distance of small r from the rod. From the distance of point P from the rod is small r. Okay, alright. And now electric field is E bar. Inside at any point it will be of E dash. At this point P, that will be E like this. As the distance increases, electric field decreases obviously. It means E dash will be bigger or greater than E bar. Means if it is going outside, general electric field E bar we have given here, right? At this P, E bar we are considering, right? Now we need to find for this, means electric field for this we have to find now. We have considered a rod with positive charge. It means it will emit always the electric field outside. It will emit always electric field outside like this. Okay. Here now we will consider just normal formula. Phi is equals to integral E bar dot ds bar, which is equals to Q inside by epsilon naught, same Gaussian formula only we are considering here also. And if you observe here carefully, the curved surface of the cylinder, it means if you consider this is a cylinder, this whole surface around this one, okay, here everything which is written and everything is nothing but considered as a curved surface. This curved surface, okay, this curved surface, if you consider here normal on this surface, if you consider a normal n bar and electric field E bar, is making an angle what? 0 degrees. Okay, as it is making 0 degrees angle, simply we can take phi equals to integral EDS is equals to Q inside by epsilon naught. All right, and now again simply we can take common outside, integral ds is equals Q inside by epsilon naught. Q inside means Q means the charge which is located on the rod. Okay, let's consider the charge on rod is capital Q. That's it. Outside the rod, whatever it may be, is of no need. On the rod or inside the rod, Q is the charge. That is E into integral ds. Fine. Integral ds means here small area we have considered. Okay, for point P. But like this point P will be so many around the cylinder, right? Will be so many around the cylinder, and the length of the cylinder, let's consider, okay, of L. Why we have to consider L means this rod is not infinite length rod. Okay, if it is infinite length rod, again it will be different. Now we are taking a rod of some length L, and around that only we are taking the Gaussian surface with length L. Gaussian surface with length L we have taken here. Fine. And here integral ds. Okay, total integration, if you remove total surface of area of the cylinder, we have to consider. What is the total surface area of cylinder? 2 pi r into L. 2 pi RL, that is equals to Q inside. What is Q inside? Capital Q by epsilon naught. That is E is equals to Q by 2 pi RL epsilon naught. That's it. This is for this is nothing but electric field due to a linear charge distribution, Q by 2 pi RL into epsilon naught. For example, length is infinite length. If the length is infinite, then simply L is equal to infinity. If you substitute, it will become 0. E value will become 0. That's it. And this one we can change into another form also. Means simply we have taken L here. We need to remove the value of L. See, this rod is a uniformly charged one, right? If this is an uniformly charged one, lambda is the linear charge density. If we consider Q by L is equals to lambda, we can write. Then we can replace Q by L as lambda. That is E is equals to lambda by 2 pi R epsilon naught. Like this also we can write, where lambda means linear charge density, that is equals to Q by L also we can consider. Sometimes they will give lambda value, they will not give Q value. In that case you need to find out what is lambda. Lambda means linear charge density. That's it. Electric field due to plane sheet of charge, let's discuss now. Okay, plane sheet of charge. First we have discussed about a point charge, a spherical charge, after that a line charge, and now we are discussing about a plane sheet of charge. Let's see how it is going to behave. Let's consider a plane sheet like this, and which is charged. Okay, uniformly charged plane sheet simply. This one is charged with plus Q. Alright. Now we have to find the electric field due to this sheet at any point. Okay, at any point P. For example, here we are considering a point P. Now with respect to that point P, we will consider a Gaussian surface here. Let's consider a Gaussian surface like this inside. Let's consider a Gaussian surface in this manner. Okay, there the point P. A Gaussian surface is like a cylindrical surface we have considered here in this situation, and due to this plane sheet, the electric field will be along the length of the Gaussian surface that we have chosen. And if you consider this curved surface area of the cylinder or the Gaussian surface, okay, here if you consider any area like this, to this area electric field E bar and N bar normal is making an angle 90 degrees. If so, electric field on this particular surface is 0. On this surface is 0, means on the curved surface is 0, but not on the faces. Let's consider now the face where the point P is located. Okay, where the point P is located. In this position, this one of the face of the Gaussian surface or else cylinder, Gaussian cylinder is E bar here, again N bar also here only, making angle 0 degrees, right? Now let's consider here E electric field in this direction, means left side is there and also right side also there, fine. Now according to the Gauss formula, integral E bar dot ds bar is equals to q inside by epsilon naught. The general formula is phi is equals to integral E ds is equals to q in by epsilon naught. In this case, integral E ds can be written as E bar dot ds can be written as E ds, because it's on this surface the normal is making an angle 0 degrees. The normal of the surface is making an angle 0 degrees with the electric field. That's why directly E ds we can write. And here at this position E delta s plus again E delta s we have to do. Why? Because electric field is there in both the directions on same area, delta s and delta s. That is the reason we have to do E delta s, and the distance is same from the sheet. Both the points distance is same, means here another point P dash if you consider. That is the reason integral E ds is equals to E delta s plus E delta s. That is totally 2E delta s. Integral E ds is equals to, fine, and you can remove this surface integral symbol, fine. And now integral E ds equals to 2 delta s is the first equation we will consider, and q inside by epsilon naught. Okay, about that we need to do something. See here, let's consider sigma as a surface charge density, and we don't know what is the total area of the sheet. As we don't know the total area of the sheet, here we will consider only the sheet's Gaussian surface area. Okay, it means on the Gaussian surface how much area it is exhibiting, that only, means here delta s, there also delta s, that's it, right? It means divided by delta s is equals to q inside, right? Then q in is equals to sigma delta s is equals to q inside, simply means a charge on this particular area q in is equals to sigma into delta s. Let's substitute in the equation, then integral ds in that place we can substitute, right, this one is okay. 2E delta s is equals to q inside by epsilon naught. What is q inside? This one, sigma delta s by epsilon naught. Delta s and delta s gets cancelled. E is equals to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Simply now electric field E is equals to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. It means wherever you take the point P, the electric field due to the plane sheet of charge will be is equals to sigma by 2 epsilon naught, where sigma is the linear charge density. That's it. Wherever you keep point, means here you keep, near you keep, far away you keep, in the middle or moderate distance, whatever the distance you keep, that doesn't make any difference. Simply sigma by 2 epsilon naught will come. Distance is not at all a matter in this case. But in before cases, for a line charge or a spherical charge or a point charge, distance matters. As the distance increases, electric field value decreases. But here electric field value doesn't depends on the distance. Here it depends on only charge q. Okay, that's it, charge q and area of the surface. Area also no matter. Here if you consider a small sheet or else infinite big sheet, no matter, same only it will be. Okay, that's it. This is all about electric field due to a plane sheet of charge. Okay, all right. Now electric field near a charged conducting surface. Okay, near a charged conducting surface. Let's consider a conducting surface like this. Okay, in this manner, and here this one is charged, completely charged uniformly with positive charge like this, and now here I am considering a point P which is nearer, okay, not so much far away, which is near. And from here I am considering a Gaussian surface like this. Okay, let's consider a Gaussian surface like this. And exactly from the same distance, the point P, here this side if you consider, that opposite point of P means its inversion or else mirror reflection point is exactly inside the conductor. Okay, we are considering another point is exactly inside the conductor. Okay, these all charges here at this position it is there, right? This is P and here let's consider as P dash. Now due to this type of conductor, what will be the value of electric field at the point P we need to find. Let's consider general formula. Integral E bar dot ds bar is equals to q inside by epsilon naught, and q is the charge here, and q inside is the charge enclosed in this Gaussian surface particularly. All right, now integral E ds only will come here also, because this is like the before case only. Simply here also electric field will be going in this manner. Here also it will be going different part. Okay, but whatever the electric field which is going this side is of no use for us, because our point is here, because our point P is here which is inside. That's why no need to consider that one. Okay, no need to consider this side, simply only this side we need to consider. Integral E ds is equals to q inside by epsilon naught. What is q inside? This is the charge which is inside this particular area, q inside by epsilon naught. That one already we know. Sigma delta s is equals to q inside. In before case only we have found q inside by delta s is nothing but the linear charge density distributed on the surface. Fine. All right, then the integral E ds is equals to simply only one side, E delta s, not another side. Plus E delta s will not come again, because the point is inside the conductor. If the point is inside the conductor, electric field inside conductor is what? Zero. Right, obviously inside conductor electric field 0. That's the reason if the value of E is 0 and delta S nothing we will consider. Simply we don't consider that part, that's it. It means first equation is integral E ds equals E delta S. Fine. And now substituting in this equation, that is E delta S is equals to Q in by epsilon naught. What is Q in? Sigma delta S by epsilon naught. Delta S and delta S gets cancelled. E is equals to sigma by epsilon naught simply. That's it. E equals to sigma by epsilon naught. It means for a plane sheet of charge, electric field E will be half of the conductor. Means this is sigma by epsilon naught. The previous one is sigma by 2 epsilon naught. That's it. Because there the point will be outside of the sheet. The thickness of sheet is completely negligible in that situation. But here thickness matters. Wherever it matters, the electric field value will comes like this. That's it.